tracking a few clouds that are making their way through the region as we go through this morning around southern Colorado. There are a few snows as well off to our northwest, and they're heading in our direction. Places like Cripple Creek might get an isolated snow or two as we go through the next 24 hours, but for the most part, the snow will stay off to our northwest. Here's a view from our Century Casino camera, Bennett Avenue and 2nd Street. Of course, the Ice Festival going on this weekend and next weekend. A little warm for the ice sculptures. It's 33 degrees right now, even in Cripple Creek. We top out in the mid to upper 50s in most of the region as we go through the afternoon. There will be some 30s up in the mountains, 31 for Leadville, 36 in Gunnison, 51 in Salida, 50 in Alamosa. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s out in the eastern plains as well. 57 our high today in Sheridan Lake, 61 at Los Animas, 57 at Ordway, 59 at Rocky Ford. Over to the Pueblo region we go, 58 at Pueblo West, 59 in Penrose. Up into the higher elevations, it's slightly cooler, 51 up in West Cliff, and temperatures in Texas Creek will be sitting in the upper 50s at 59. Temperatures, as you look around the Pikes Peak region, are fairly uniform. There's no big difference between Teller and El Paso counties like there usually is. 49 for Falcon, but 46 in Woodland Park, 44 in Cascade, 51 at Briargate, 50 your high today in Calhoun, 48 in Ellicott. As we zoom out now to the regional view, we notice that there have been some rains and snows that have made their way across I-70 from time to time as we've gone through the last day or so. More snow is in the northwestern corner of the state, getting ready to push its way into Colorado. You can also see as you look at the early frames of our Skyscan satellite radar, this front, which made its way through the region. Notice it didn't have any moisture to work with, and so there was no snow attached to it. But there will be a possibility for some snow as we go through the rest of our Sunday with our Skycast. You see the view by 6 o'clock. You notice that there's some snow west of Denver along I-70 over towards the Eisenhower Tunnel, and it stays fairly persistent. You can also see a little band of rain and snow make its way through Burlington in the far northeastern corner of our area. This is a bit overdone. There is a possibility for it, but for the most part, any kind of rain or snow that we see will be confined to areas off to the northwest and perhaps even making its way into portions of El Paso and Teller counties as we go through our Sunday evening into our early Monday morning. Some mountain showers are the bottom line in our forecast. Overall, a nice Monday, save for some of the snow that we'll see along I-70. And that persistent snow will lead to some fairly impressive totals, according to the Skycast. Pinks are 3 to 6 inches here. The darker purples are more like 6 to 12, even some above 1 foot totals in some of those higher elevation locations. I think this again is a little on the high side. Still though, there will be some snow to deal with if your travel plans take you up into the mountains for the big Valentine's Day drive later on today. Skycast wind speeds, you notice that there will also be some wind in the high country today to blow some of that newly fallen snow around or just cause for some white knuckle type driving, or at least both hands on the steering wheel type driving as we go through our Sunday. Into our Monday, it's the same thing, especially in the high country, but winds will be fairly breezy at times all throughout the region. In fact, this is our real big travel concern for us region-wide as we go through the next day or two. 53 for today in the Springs, 58 by Tuesday, mid-60s on Thursday, lower 60s on Friday, back to below 60 as we go into next weekend. In Pueblo, meanwhile, temperatures are sitting in the lower 60s at first, middle 60s by Tuesday, then it's lower 70s for a couple of days running. That'll be great to see. Mid to upper 60s on Friday, mid-60s on Saturday. Warm weather lovers also loving that Canyon City forecast as we go through our day. 60 today, 62 on Tuesday, upper 60s to lower 70s Wednesday and Thursday, middle 60s again by next weekend. And in Teller County, we're sitting in the mid to upper 40s for the next couple of days. Watch out for a small chance for that rain and snow as we go through our Sunday. Highs then sitting in the middle 50s and lower 50s for the last 4 days of the forecast. Lows, meanwhile, are sitting in the upper 20s and lower 30s as we go throughout the entire extended forecast period. So it's on the mild side across the board. All 4 of our locations, Bonnie, above where they should be by as much as 10, 15 degrees throughout the entire forecast period.
All right. Sounds pretty good. Thanks so much for the forecast, Jay. Time now, 8:50.